Welcome to BS Draftcast, where we are Brandon and Steven, and we are back at you with another Week 11 coverage. With this upcoming games, we got some big games this weekend, particularly the Ravens Steel game. This could definitely be one for the record books and one for the making that might be must-see TV. Or maybe the most boring game of the weekend. You never know. But it's definitely someone's got to win. I mean, I guess they could tie, but hey, my team versus Steven's team, so it's going to be definitely a good battle. Nice family rivalry, and yeah, as always, I got Steven on the other line with me. And Steven, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, I'm doing good. Little sleepy after that stinker of a fight last night,
Yeah, I
but
was waiting
doing
for you to
good.
say that you're really tired after that dog shit fight last night. Um,
Let's
yeah,
dive right into it.
yeah. Let's dive right into this fight, man. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong.
Everybody
I
else
mean,
is
I
talking
sent
about it, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. Everyone's talking about the fight last night. The main event should have been the two women. Uh, they absolutely went crazy, and I mean, hey, what an absolute badass fight that those two had. And then the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, which drew a lot of attention. Being, I mean, it's Mike Tyson. Who doesn't want to watch Mike Tyson fight? You know. I know me and you sat and watched it. We're sitting there talking about it. The old lady, we stayed up and watched it, and I sent you the training video compared to the fight itself, and you can't tell me that Mike wasn't. Mike was allowed. Like Mike was handicapped. He looked like Justin Fields. He had shackles on. He wasn't allowed to hurt Jake. Um, I know a lot of these fighters have to sign NDAs to not speak about the contract, but you can't tell me this man didn't have a 30-second burst. I mean, I know he's 58 years old, but you mean tell me he didn't have just one 30-second burst of just going off and losing his shit to start swinging? I don't care if none of the punches landed. Just a 30-second burst of being on the inside, just throwing blows, and maybe they don't land, but at least you see it. Um, what's your what do you What's your thoughts on this fight from last night? Obviously, we know it was all about the money. That's what it boils down to. But what's your thoughts on it?
Man, yeah, I was disappointed. You know what I mean? But I mean, we had talked about it prior to the fight. Like, we were texting back and forth about what we think's going to happen, just because these big headline celebrity, you know, boxing matches and stuff like that, or these, like McGregor and Mayweather, like there's always some level of like it's kind of fixed, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's not as exciting, but I was like, man, like I didn't get to watch Mike Tyson growing up, so I've watched him through like YouTube and stuff like that. I got to watch his fights, but like I was like, I want to see Mike Tyson fight, you know what I mean? And pretty much what it consisted of was them just standing within 3 feet of each other, and they would throw a couple jabs here and there, but pretty much just bouncing around the ring, just dancing around the ring, man. It was very disappointing. But you're right. I mean, I don't know how you don't get a spurt of energy or anything like that, or just any sense of like just wanting to like, all right, let's get this over with. I'm gonna start going at it, and
Oh, any sense
see what
of any
happens.
sense of like a fighter? Mike didn't look like a fighter. He looked like a statue.
No, and Mike Tyson historically, I mean, he's aggressive. In the first round, he went in aggressive, like vintage Mike Tyson. He went right at Jake Paul, and then after that, it was just dancing around the ring, man. I felt like I was watching Floyd Mayweather out there. It was kind of
Yeah, and
disappointing.
honestly, it looked like the script was in. I mean, it. And I hate to say that, but I mean that's the world we live in, man. I mean, you talk about it. The amount of money that's involved in all these sports, especially a big fight like Tyson versus Jake Paul. I mean, it's the 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 money dictates what's going to happen, and I truly think that Mike Tyson wasn't allowed to hurt Jake Paul, and because let's be honest, Tyson may be 58 years old, and honestly, I hope at 58 years old I'm able to climb in a ring and throw some punches. But in the same sense, we're talking about a boxer that has been fighting his entire life. That's all he knows. That's Mike Tyson. And his training video, the dude looked absolutely insane. And
Yeah.
I mean, and I know, and I knew, like, he's 58. He's not going to go 8 rounds for 2 straight minutes of just going crazy, swinging, throwing haymakers the entire fight, 8 rounds. And no one expected that. But you at least expected a flurry, some type of flurry, even if it was for 15 seconds of Mike being on the inside doing what he does. And unfortunately, we didn't get any of that. And it's
Yeah,
sad.
even
It sucks.
even in the beginning with the DraftKings guy, like he was talking about it, and this isn't a verbatim quote or anything like that. This is not a direct quote. This is just me paraphrasing. Um, he basically was like, well, we all know this fight's probably gonna go 3 rounds. They're heavyweights, the way these guys fight, like it's not gonna be dragged out, like. And he's like, go with the bets on this, the bets on that, and I'm just kind of like, and then it goes 8 rounds. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like, come on, dude. Like it was a big show, but the Serrano fight, the Taylor fight, that was great. That was a great fight. So
Yeah.
that was the main event.
Yeah, 100%. Even though they call it the co-main event, that was the main event.
Yeah, that was the main
100%.
event. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we're not going to sit here and beat on this fight. We all
No.
knew what to expect. I mean, it's a 58-year-old man going against a guy in his prime, and hey, hats off to Jake Paul, man. He has it figured out. He's making loads of money, and I envy him. I mean, hats off to him, bro. He's capitalizing on everything. I'm mad at it.
No, and he plays a role, he plays a gimmick basically, and he goes out there and acts like a
A bad guy.
douchebag, and people
Yeah.
get sick of him, but in reality, he's really not that bad of a guy. He's just playing a character to drum up controversy and money. So good on him.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not mad at him at all. But just a little quick update. LSU just lost to Florida, 27-16. Big shocker there. Thought LSU would bounce back, but man, Florida handles them pretty well easily. Honestly, LSU top receiver had 6 targets with 0 catches. And that's a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. So, little college update. FR09 asked a question. He said, Ramondre, Zay, Jennings, you get to start too.
Ramondre, Zay, and who was it, Jennings?
JPJ is going to shadow Zay. I know it's already been talked about. I can speak on that just because I follow a lot of Steeler news. So, Ramondre is going to, or I'm sorry, Joey Porter Jr. is going to shadow Zay. Joey Porter Jr. is very handsy. And that's my biggest fear with this game, and we'll dive right into it. It's the second game we're going to cover. So, I don't know. That's a tough one to me.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. Like, I want to say Zay as much as anyone, but I mean, just going against that Steelers defense, it's hard to say what our offense is going to do, and it could be a 10-13 game at the end,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who the Patriots got?
They got the Rams.
They got the Rams.
Who the Rams do give up a decent amount on the ground.
And Jennings, is it Jawan Jennings for San Francisco?
I'm assuming that's what I was thinking.
They got.
Yeah, I would think it's Jawan.
And they got the Seahawks.
Which the Seahawks have given up a ton of yards.
They've been getting carved up through the air. Yeah.
Every part of me wants to say Zay and Jennings. But man, I just the Steelers defense. This could be like you said. It could be a 10 to 13 game or a 9 to 3 game. I mean, or it could be a 40 to 35 game. I mean, Zay has been eating, and they've been figuring out ways to get Zay the ball. That's the thing that I will
Yes.
say.
Now, Ramondre had a solid game last week. I mean, he didn't get the end zone, but
This is honestly a hard thinking one. If Zay was playing anyone else, I would say Zay and Jennings.
right. Yeah, exactly.
And I almost lean on Zay. I just feel Baltimore is going to find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah, I'd probably go Zay and Jennings.
That's what I'm leaning on. Caden asked Jamison Williams or Madison at the flex. I just don't.
That's
trust
another
J-Mo.
tough one, yeah, because we don't know what CMC is going to get. Oh, did he say Madison or Mason?
Madison, Alexander Madison.
Madison, Alexander Madison. Okay, I thought you said Mason.
Yeah, that's my fault. Mispronunciation.
Oh, you're cool. You're good. You're good. Damn, these are some tough ones right off the rip.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna lean Madison just because I don't trust JMO. And JMO, I love JMO. I love him.
Yeah, oh no, me too. I completely get it. I think I'm with you on that one. I think I would go with Madison.
And the 49er or the Raiders have the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm going Madison 100%. All right, next one. Ryan, he asked McConkey or Tillman. I'm going McConkey.
McConkey.
I don't trust the Browns offense at all.
I don't trust Jameis. Yeah.
Javon asks Pat Freiermuth or Dawson Knox.
Yeah, because Kincaid's out, so Knox is going to be in the starting lineup. Dude, we've been giving up a lot of freaking yards, though.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, you guys have been giving up a lot of yards, and this is going to fall right into the Steelers' coverage. I'm going to be honest with you. I said it before. I feel this is the game that the Steelers are the only team that don't throw for 400 on the. I really do. They're the only team that doesn't because they're going to play the ground game, milk the clock, so on and so forth. I got to lean on Dawson Knox as the tight end spot just for the fact that Josh Allen loves tight ends, and this is going to be a game of the tight ends against Kansas City. That's how every game with Kansas City and Buffalo has been the Travis Kelce and Kincaid or Travis Kelce and Dawson Knox show. I'm going to lean on Dawson Knox, and I foresee Dawson Knox getting in the end zone at least once this game. And I'll also add to that, Muth does get some touches, but it seems that they are incorporating.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about too. Darnell Washington's been getting a lot of touches, and yeah, Russ doesn't really target tight ends too much.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I think I would go with Knox as well. With Kincaid being out, especially, I think that'd probably be the best bet.
All right, we got another one. We got Higgins, Jennings, or Tillman at the flex.
I think
Tillman's out of it for me. It's Higgins.
Yeah,
or
me
Jennings.
too. Yeah. So T is going against the Chargers.
Dante Samuel Jr. is already designated to shadow. Wow.
I think I'm firing up T, man.
Yeah, I was going to say Jamar Chase. He's getting shadowed by Joe. I'm firing up T. Juwan Jennings has had them games where he's just gone crazy, but the way Joe Burrow's throwing the ball, and I still think he's a bum, but the way he's throwing the ball, I think that T. Higgins has a better shot at a bigger game than Juwan. Ooh, this is a good trade. This is a really good trade. I like this trade right here. Tyreek and Terry for DK and Wilson. I'm taking that trade.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, we don't know what we're going to get with Tyreek any given week. Yeah, I would take that trade as well.
And
'Cause
honestly, Jaden Daniels has
Geno
cooled down a little bit too.
and Geno targets the shit out of DK.
Yeah,
So
and Aaron Rodgers targets the shit out of Garrett Wilson. So
yeah. The only person that's benefited from Devontae Adams getting there is Garrett Wilson.
yeah, his targets went up surprisingly.
Yeah. So I would do that trade.
Sorry, I just seen a line for this weekend's game. Mind blown. ETN or Rico Dowdle. Two piss poor offenses.
I think Tank Bigsby is still hurt.
He's ruled out. Actually,
Is he out officially?
I think
I'd
Rico
roll with
Dowdle's
ETN.
dog shit. So I'm going
Me
ETN.
too. Yeah, I'm not a Rico Dowdle guy.
We got CD Lamb or D Hop. I'm taking D Hop. I Cooper Rush and CD Lamb connect just ain't there.
No, it's not. No, I love CeeDee Lamb, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins on that one until he shows some sort of a chemistry with him or Trey Lance or whoever.
Connor said, "Don't be surprised when the Bears upset the Green Bay Packers." You know what's funny about that, Connor? You saying that. I looked at that game numerous times, and I actually thought about taking the Bears plus 5.5, buying an extra half point and getting them to 6. I don't know why, but I really thought about doing that. I don't know if they upset them and beat them, but I think they might cover the spread. Kevin said Burrow or Allen. Allen's against the Chiefs, who has a good defense, but Burrow's sore after last week. Well, I'm going to say this about the Chiefs. The Chiefs just got torched by Bo Nix. I mean, Bo Nix ate them up. Like, he didn't have no 400-yard passing, but just efficiency-wise, he chewed the Chiefs up pretty good.
This dude has Josh Allen and Joe Burrow as his quarterbacks. I'm sorry, I just hung up on that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that is the case. Man, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow against the bro. Joe Burrow's been playing so good. I almost had to lean on Burrow. Josh Allen hasn't been that great. Last week he had a bunch of rushing yards and touchdowns on the ground, but passing wise, he hasn't been that efficient.
I think I'm going to go with Joe Burrow as well, just because I know that the Chargers are getting Joey Bosa back, but he probably will get hurt before the game's over. So I think I'd roll with Joe Burrow. And he's getting T. Higgins back, obviously.
Yeah,
so
right. Brad asked Tillman and Sutton or Hill and Adams. I'm not sure if you're asking about a trade, if you're asking who to start.
Man, sorry, back on that other one, man. The freaking Bills and the Chiefs go at it.
Yeah,
they go at it too. So I'm like, man, that's actually kind of a tough one there. I don't think you can go wrong with either.
Burrow.
I think you flip a coin, man. Yeah.
I just think I gotta go ride with. I mean, we could do the randomizer.
You want to run the randomizer?
All right, Kevin, we're gonna run the randomizer for you. Hang on. I'll put it on the screen. We're gonna see. 1 second. All right. As you can see, we did Devontae and McConkey last week. We're gonna do Allen in blue and Burrow in red. All right, here we go. Let's see what the randomizer says. Randomizer is Joe Burrow. This is the randomizer. I mean, if you want to trust the randomizer, that's who I picked. So I'm going with Marley. To you 1 second. Rad, Tillman and Sutton, or Tillman or Sutton. Okay, he's asking to start. I mean, if you have Tillman, Sutton, Hill, and Adams, I mean, start Adams and Sutton. or Hill and Sutton. Tillman's not even in the question. Sutton. Who do the Broncos have this week? Who do they play? They got a Falcons. Oh yeah, I'm starting Cortland Sutton and Jets have Colts. Bro, this Devontae Adams has to go off, right? I think I lost Steven. I did. Hang on one second. Let me get Steven back on the line. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
I didn't even realize I lost you.
Yeah, I was trying to text you, but it was just sitting there just spinning. Anyway.
So this guy's asking who to start. But he says Tillman and Sutton or Hill and Adams. So, I mean, if you have all four, you can start three or you can start two of them. I'm definitely going Sutton with the Broncos against Falcons. The Dolphins are against Raiders. Raiders are bad. But does Devontae finally go off?
I've been waiting for that forever.
If you want to play it safe, I'd go Sutton and Hill. But if you want to try and get that explosive that you're banking on Adams maybe goes off this week, I'd go Adams and Sutton. That's who I'm going to go with.
Yeah. No, who's the Jets playing? You say?
Jets have the Colts.
Jets have the Colts.
Young Dagger, I don't see your comment anywhere. I didn't skip you, bro. I don't see any comment other than your bro skip me. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna agree with you on that one. Yeah, if you're gonna roll the dice and try and go with Devontae, go with Devontae. But yeah, I think you would start Sutton for sure. Just because I never thought I would say start Cortland Sutton over Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill in my life, but this is where we're at.
Right. That's exactly where we're at. Wild. Yeah, Young Dagger. Like I said, there's no comment anywhere other than your bro skip me comment. So if you want to drop a comment, I'll definitely get to it. Marley asked Najee for Warren and McConkey. No, absolutely not. Unless you need a receiver, absolutely not.
I agree with that. Yeah, unless you need a receiver. If you absolutely need a receiver, then yeah, I would look into it. But yeah, Najee's been getting the ball pretty damn steady. So
yeah. Kevin said so. Clean sweep for Burrow because we both said Burrow and then the randomizer said Burrow. Oh, okay. Markley, give me 1 second. I'll get to that question in a second. We got. Let me make sure I'm not skipping anyone. Najee, we did that one. Jennings, Ridley, or Chubb for the flex. Man, Calvin really had a good game last week.
yeah, he did. Yeah, even with Will Levis playing, yeah, he had a good game.
Chubb, I think he's easing in back to getting in the game form. I think you got to lean on Jennings or Ridley here. The Tennessee Titans have the Vikings. I don't like that matchup. I'm gonna have to lean on Jennings. Yes. The Browns just can't get in the red zone for Chubb to get in the end zone. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, freaking, he's playing against the Saints, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, give my man Chubb in there. Damn. It was Chubb, Jennings, and who?
And Ridley.
And Ridley.
Ridley's going against the Vikings, which I don't like that matchup for him at all.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Chubb. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with my man Nick Chubb, dude.
All right, so you got a split. You got Jennings and Chubb. Packers. You asked Tucker Kraft or Hunter Henry, bro. Hunter Henry screwed me last week. All I needed was one more catch from him, and this bum ass couldn't get a catch. And I'm not basing this pick off of that, but Tucker Kraft has been seeing a lot of action. I got to lean on Tucker.
I agree with Brandon on that one. Yeah, Tucker Kraft's been getting he's been getting a lot of looks, so I would roll with Tucker.
Kenny asked London, Higgins, Tillman, or Jacoby Myers. Pick three of them. Well, I can tell you my three.
London, Higgins.
Yeah, London, Higgins, and Myers. Tillman
yeah.
is not in any question for me at all.
Yeah, he's super talented, but right now that Browns offense is I mean,
if they were playing the Ravens
disarray.
defense, I would take Tillman, but they're not.
Yep. I'd bench Tillman on that one.
I love my wife. Tillman or Higgins? T. Higgins.
Yep, Higgins.
Jose, we answered yours. We're split on that. Jennings and Chubb. D-Walk asked Quentin Johnson or JSN. Ooh.
That's a tough one there.
Bengals give up 10 yards to the air, man.
They do.
Quentin
Quentin Johnson, he gets in the end zone when he plays.
Yeah, I'm going Quentin.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Quentin Johnson as well.
Okay. Jose, I'll spin the wheel for you. I got you. Jose wants the wheel spin. Jose wants a wheel spin. He wants the Chubb.
Chubb and Jennings.
And Jennings in the wheel.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll throw that up for you. All right, Jose, here we go. What do we got? Marley asked. Okay, the wheel said Chubb, man. The wheel said Chubb. Wheel goes with Chubb. Marley asked, do I start Najee over James Cook? Bro, why you gotta do this to me?
I think I'm gonna go with Cook.
I'm a Najee fan. Steven's a Najee fan. We're both Bama fans, but I got to go James Cook. I have to go James Cook. It sucks, but I have to go James Cook.
He gets a lot of volume out of the backfield, so that
passing,
helps
running,
too.
everything, top to bottom.
Yep. Yeah, just because the Steelers are playing the Ravens.
Bo Nix or Russell Wilson at quarterback. Bro, you're killing me. Maddie, you are killing me. Listen, every statistic in the world says start Russell Wilson. Quarterbacks have thrown for 300, 400 yards on the Ravens defense every single week, except for the week they beat Josh Allen, he had 100, and the week that they played Jaden Daniels, he had like 250. Everything says to start Russell Wilson. But I'm telling you, I pray that I am wrong, being a Steeler fan. This is the week that the Steelers get locked up on offense, and Russell Wilson throws for 155 yards and 2 interceptions. I'm calling it now. Take it to the book. It sucks that I'm admitting this as a Steeler fan, but I truly think that's what happened. I got to go Bo Nix against the Atlanta Falcons. And let's be honest, the Atlanta Falcons suck.
I'm going to agree with Brandon on this one. I would go with Bo Nix against Atlanta. Derek Carr dropped 270 on Atlanta, and 2 tuds. So, yeah, I would go with Bo Nix.
Maddie, shoot me a DM on TikTok, and we'll set something up to get you on the live. They asked if they can join the live so we can talk about the Steelers. They're Steeler fan. We'll set something up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Y'all
suck.
See.
No, I'm just playing.
Rad asked again. Pick 3: Higgins, Adams, Hill, Debo, Sutton, or Pearsall.
Son of a bitch.
The fact that you have those choices is kind of wild.
Higgins, Debo.
Higgins, Debo, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall.
Like I
We
want
get
to
to
say
pick
Sutton,
3.
but I'm like,
Here's my 3. I'm going T. Higgins. Listen, this is going to be the week. This has panned out for us. Okay, we have rode on one player a few times this year on picks. Tank Dell. I forget who the
Tank
other ones were.
Bigsby.
Or Tank Bigsby. I forget who the other ones were. But there's been like 3 weeks that we rode one player until that could literally fold this podcast in half if they if they underperformed. I'm riding Higgins. We're going Higgins, Debo, Cortland Sutton.
Yep, those are my 3. That's what I'm going with.
Sigma, Brees Hall, or Kenneth Walker? Brees Hall. I love Kenneth Walker so much, but he's going against 49ers. And Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson have literally gotten so much usage since Devontae showed up. I cannot get Brees Hall out of my lineup. Like, it's impossible to take him out.
Yep, I'm also a K9 fan. Love K9, but yep, I'm going to go with Brees Hall just because he's been getting an ass load of volume. So, and he's very efficient.
All right, Talls. Talls ass. Start 2. CeeDee Lamb, absolutely not. Nico, Wilson, Cup, Amari, DK. If you're in a PPR,
Nico
Garrett Wilson and Cooper Cup.
You're going with Cooper? Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Nico's playing this week, so I'm like,
yeah, but hey, Cooper Cup gets 14 targets a game.
That's true. That's true.
If he catches 10 of them, that's 10 points.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, if you're in a non PPR league, then
I'm going Nico and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Love my man DK, but
I know. I was hoping it was like a pick 3, and I was like, damn it, he said 2. Yeah, because DK's just, yeah.
Young Dagger, you said Josh Jacobs. What about him? Are you asking if you should start him? I need some more context, bro. Jeremy Massey was offered Tony Pollard, K. Daughton, and Deebo Samuel for JJ and Tracy.
Ooh.
Bro, I'm sorry. Tony Pollard is allergic to the end zone. I cannot get behind this trade. I say no trade. Classic man, I'll get to you, bro.
So he was offered those 3 for Jay Jettas and Tyrone Tracy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that either.
I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it. I honestly can't.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
Jose. Oh, sorry. 1 second. I got that. Man, I got you. Got you. Rad said pick 3. I think we did Rad. Yeah, we did the Rad. Maddie asked, what do you think about the QB change for Pittsburgh? All right, so Maddie, we talked about this. Russell's obviously given a spark to this offense, but Russell's also not handicapped like Justin Fields was. Justin Fields, I feel, was handicapped, and he had a play sheet the size of a Post-it note. And if his first read wasn't there, he was told to take off. I'm not mad at what Russell's doing because we're winning games. He has played very well. I'm not discrediting it. I do think that the athleticism of Justin Fields adds a dynamic, but Justin Fields also wasn't throwing that deep ball that Russell Wilson is. So it's a give and take situation type deal. I think we're in a very odd spot. I don't know if I can remember any team in the NFL ever being in a spot that they have 2 quarterbacks that could honestly start. and win games. Right now the QB change looks great. I mean, we haven't lost since Russ came in, and we're playing good ball. But I do think that there needs to be a little trickeration and get Justin Fields on the field and get some RPOs going, get some because the guy has shown he can throw the ball, he can make the passes. So if he's in the game, it's not going to be just Justin Fields is running the ball, he's in the game, he's running. You can play off it. So right now we're winning, so I'm not mad at it. But I mean, time will tell. I think Russell has the more experience in a playoff scenario. I think Russell's the better option, but I think Justin Fields just adds that dynamic of running the ball to the offense. But the offense has gotten more yards under Russ, so I'd be mad at it. What's your thoughts on it, Steven?
I agree with what you said about the give or take thing. I feel like you kind of take a little bit of the rushing upside and the athleticism of a Justin Fields, but you take the the leadership, the seeing the field better. I mean, Russell Wilson has played really well, which we talked about it prior to the season about whenever Pittsburgh got Russell Wilson. Um, it was a good pickup by Pittsburgh. I mean, it was a great pickup by Pittsburgh, I should say. It was a win-win no matter what. For one, so Russell Wilson comes in, he gives you the ability to attack down the field, see the field, the experience, and he's really commanded the offense incredibly well. So I think as a whole, it kind of sucks for Justin Fields just because he was playing well, and it's not a knock against Justin Fields, but Russ has also played exceptionally well. So I mean, it for me, it just kind of it is what it is. Like Brandon said, you got two guys who could start, and could win you games. So Russell Wilson's the starter. He's playing really well. So I say just ride the hot hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to say this, and me and you have talked about it. I haven't came out and said it on the podcast at all, but I do want to say that the thing that worries me with Russ is the only thing that he's really has shown is that deep ball. And I mean, if you take away George Pickens, how good is that deep ball? Um, he hasn't shown that like 3 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards, 15 yards, all
Hmm.
drive all the way up the field. There's
Yep.
that deep ball in there, and it kind of it kind of worries me that if the deep ball is taken away and George Pickens is double covered, I mean, yeah, we have Mike Williams now, so you can't really double cover both of them. But if you take away the deep ball from Russell Wilson, I mean, how good is he actually playing? And I mean, let's be honest, man. That moon ball. There's not many receivers. Uh, there's not many receivers like George Pickens in the NFL that's gonna whenever they what they call a 50-50 ball, quote unquote. I think of it more like a 75-25 ball if it's George Pickens. It's a 50-50 ball if it's Van Jefferson. But I see it more as a 75-25 ball if it's George Pickens. Because George Pickens is just insane.
I think it's like 25-75 with Van Jefferson, but maybe 10-90. I don't know.
Yeah, Matt, you're 100% right. The deep ball's there, 100%. But other than that, there's nothing else really there. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000% on that. Rad asked, hold on. Jose gave us a starting lineup. Holy shit. His starting lineup is Jaden Daniels, JT, Saquon, Chubb, Jamar Chase, George Pickens, Kyle Pitts is his starting lineup. 6 straight
Well,
wins with that
Saquon, I
lineup.
mean, god
Hey,
dang, Saquon went freaking off. So
good shit, man. That's a nasty lineup, bro. And Rad, no problem, bro. Definitely, we're here to give some insight into some sense. Hopefully, we can help your life, make your life easier, and make it quick. Hopefully, we help you out in winning. And Rad asked also, should I switch Tillman for Debo, Sutton, or Higgins? I can't trust Tillman. I just can't, man.
mm-mm. Nope, I can't either. Nope, not with the way the Browns offense is.
Classic Man asked about the Lions. We actually did a recap, so we're not gonna go crazy on this. I'm speaking on the Lions, but I will touch base on it. In the recap, we said Jared Goff has 7 games that he's thrown 4 or more interceptions in a game, and he's 7-0 in those games. And it just goes to show that Dan Campbell has players doing what he said. He said he's going to have them biting kneecaps, getting up. He said it may not be snowing in Detroit, but it's snowing in his office. No, I'm just playing. It didn't say that. It was a meme that came out. But yeah, the Lions just find ways to win, man. Mason Shannon, yeah, we do answer fantasy questions, brother. If you just drop what you're asking, we can definitely answer for you. But yeah, dude, the Lions, they're rolling, bro. They're rolling, and they're nasty. I love the Lions. Any piggyback off of that, Steven, with the Lions?
Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy with it either. Yeah, but just right now, I mean, obviously a rough game, but if I'm Detroit fans, I'm not sweating. I think they'll bounce back and they'll be fine.
Yeah, the efficiency that Jared Goff has shown, and he has a game where he throws 5 interceptions. I'm sorry, but that was a fluke. He hasn't done that in the last 2 years. That was a fluke, man. Our boy Logan's back, bro. What's going on, Logan? He said, "Do I do JT and AJ Brown for Tyreek and A-Chain?" Hell no.
No, run.
Hell no.
No, if you want to lose, if you're tanking, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in like a keeper league and you're trying to get a first round draft pick, yeah, go ahead. But hell no. Jackson Pem, Pickens and Shakir for a late first and Tank Dell. Bro, I read this whenever you put it in there, and I know we talked a little about other things before we got to this comment. But bro, Shakir, Josh Allen seems to love him, and George Pickens has been rolling. I can't get behind that trade.
Yeah, I can't either. What's the first round pick? Is that one of those keeper leagues?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
It's like a draft. Like you keep your team and then you draft the following. Let's see. We answer that. Maddie, yeah, we do have to sign one. And honestly, Russell's saying that he wants to play for another. I think what did he say? 6 years or something like that. He said something crazy.
That ain't happening.
But I agree. I don't know who to sign. I really don't. Justin Fields, obviously the younger of the two, but hey, I mean,
sign them both.
Yeah, if you could sign them both. Russell's good for being out a couple games a year.
True.
Mason, you asked, should he trade AJ Brown for Walker and Ladd? He has Jefferson and DK at receiver. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the first trade that I'm gonna agree that you should make that trade.
I do too, just cause who you got. Yeah, and if you need a running back and you need
if you need a running back,
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yo, Mason and Logan are going crazy right now with the gifts. Holy shit. Mason and Logan has sent 30, and Mason has sent 40. Bro, we appreciate you guys. Thank you. MVS. Oh, here we go.
Here comes Valdez Scantling.
MVS or Pittman this week?
MVS or who?
Michael Pittman. You know what? I gotta go MVS, bro.
Oh man, as much as it pains me to say it, because I'm a Pittman guy, but Anthony Richardson, he's just not there yet, man. You know, so I think I would ride the hot hand, dude. Go with Randy Moss over there.
Yeah, MVS. Mason, I don't know why yours reset either. That's weird, actually. It was you were in the top. You were in the number one slot, but then it disappeared. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if you reset the stream or what. Oh, there goes Mason. Mason's going crazy. Shit. Mason Mason has 143 gifts sent to us so far. Yo, we appreciate you, bro. We don't ask for anything, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you guys going crazy. All right. I think we're caught up on all the questions so far. Mason and Logan are having a battle of who can send the most gifts, and Mason's in the lead now.
Yeah,
Mason,
they're
appreciate the
what's gifts?
so TikTok has like a thing like every time you send like a rose, it's 1 coin. Um, so
Oh,
Mason has sent 143 coins, and Logan has sent 30. Logan said that
holy
he's running
shit.
low, and Mason said that I will win this. I promise.
Oh God.
So hey, listen. We don't ever ask for any money. This is just us having fun, enjoying time, and chilling with you guys. So we appreciate you. Appreciate the follow so far. Mason, appreciate you. Matt, appreciate you. Let's dive. Let's dive right into this week one game. For on the slate, Indianapolis Colts versus the Jets.
Barn burner.
Maddie, this is kind of our podcast. We're live right now on TikTok and on YouTube. So we call this our podcast. This is what we do. We call it. This is what we call it. We don't have a recorded podcast, which I actually want to start recording each time we're live and then edit it and bring it down and then post it onto YouTube. If you go to our profile on TikTok, the YouTube link is posted in there. You can go there and check it out. I do publish all the lives, so you can go back and watch any of them anytime that if you ever miss one. Um, so Jets and Colts. There's not much to say about this game for me, man. The Jets suck. The Colts suck. Anthony Richardson's back playing again after the piss poor performance from Joe Flacco, and yeah, that's where I'm at. Mason, yes, actually. So part of what we do, a part of this show, part of this podcast, whatever you want to call it, I give out my best bets for every weekend. Uh, any bet that I'm going to take, I post out there for free. We were on an absolute heater the first, what was it, Steven? The first 6 weeks of the season? No.
6 weeks probably.
Yeah, first 6 weeks of the season, we went for 3 straight weeks. We didn't lose a game. We were going crazy betting. Last week we had a kind of a bad week, but I don't know many people that did sports betting that had a good week. To be honest, I mean we gave out the Panthers to cover, which they won outright. We gave the Broncos to cover against the Chiefs. We took the Eagles. I think we went. Did we go 4-3 or 3-4? One way or the other. It wasn't the week we were looking for. Obviously, we want to go crazy positive to make everyone money every week, and I want to make myself money every week. But, yeah, we do give out picks every week, and me personally, I do a lot of prop betting, but I don't really give out prop bets. Every once in a while, I will. It's something that I want to do. I want to start like incorporating into our podcast, but we give out like over unders and spread bets mainly. Jackson, Dell, and late first for Pickens and Shakir. He's 6-2. Oh yeah, if you're 6-2 right now and you're trying to get that championship, I'm making that trade for Pickens and Shakir because Pickens has been consistent all year long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Tank Dell's gonna go under the radar again because Nico's back. Yeah, I'm taking that. I'm definitely taking that. Shakir's played well, Pickens played well, and you're giving up Tank Dell in a first to better your team. Yeah, I'm taking that 100%. You agree with that, Steven?
Yeah, I think I would go with that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of when Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper get healthy, what's gonna shake out with Shakir. But
My
I
only
think I
thing
would
is,
do it.
I think Josh Allen is building a real good like repertoire with Shakir. So I don't think that I think him even moving in the slot could benefit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shit, Mason. Good shit. Brody asked Nick Chubb or Chase Brown. Nick Chubb.
Yep. Nick Chubb.
All right. Back to the Jets and the Colts. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say about it. I don't know if you have anything to say about it. I just don't want to talk about a dog shit team.
No, you pretty much said everything that I was gonna say. I mean, it's just it's just these two teams are just kind of a mess right now. The Jets, I don't know what's wrong with them. We talked about it a few days ago. I'm not gonna go into it, but that team's a damn mess. I don't know what's wrong with that team. They got blown out by the Cardinals. So um Anthony Richardson's starting, so who knows what we're gonna get with the Colts. So that's all I got for that.
And the bad part is the Jets are favored by uh 4 points. And bro, I have bet the Jets so much this year, and they've cost me so much damn money. Um, I in a realistic world, the Jets should win by at least 4 points. They should. Yo, Logan, you are going crazy with these gifts, man. Yo, I appreciate you guys so much. They, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this team. I just don't. I don't understand what is wrong with this team at all. And I might bet the Jets again this weekend. It's a big maybe. I might take the Jets -4 again and pray that it pans out. I don't know. It scares me to death. I'm going to be honest. Mason asks, you think that the Rodgers is done after the season? Aaron Rodgers said that he's not done.
Yeah, he said that he sees himself playing next year. So I would love to see it. I would love to see them turn it around this year and then him go in the next year and be, you know, rejuvenated. But I mean, it's another year older. You know what I mean? So
I just want to give the biggest shout out in the world to Mason and Logan. These dudes are literally having a battle with gifts right now. Like, Logan's in the lead with 545, and Mason has 542. Like, they're sending game controllers, they're sending roses, they're sending dolphins, they're sending whatever the hell that is.
God dang.
Like, these two are going crazy. Well, Mason just jumped the lead, bro. I'm just gonna have a stream. I'm gonna be like one of them announcers. We're just gonna run the stream like this the rest of the night. We're gonna have a stream of us just. I'm gonna call out
Oh, like an
gifts.
auctioneer.
Yeah, like an auctioneer. That's what I'm looking for. Logan's at 575. Mason's at 552. Like, they are battling, bro. This is crazy. So far, we have received 1,100 diamonds from these two.
Jesus.
Like I said, we don't ever ask for any type of gift, any type of money, any type of anything.
I didn't even know what they were. So thank you guys.
Bro, we
awesome.
appreciate you guys so much, man. Gabriel asked H.A. for Mixon. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. Shit.
All day long. Damn, Mason. Holy sh. Mason just dropped. Mason has 1,000 on his own right now.
Oh,
this is a literal
out here.
battle.
Good Lord.
Maddie said, I'm not glazing Russ yet. I feel like he's doing good, but not enough to say he's the best. I agree.
Fair.
I mean, that's very fair.
Yeah, that's 100%. Fair. He's got good control of the offense, man. He's doing good, but yeah, I agree with that.
Gabriel asks, is Mixon that much better than Achane? I don't know if he's that. But yeah, I don't know if he's that much better, but in the offensive system that he's in, yeah, exactly. The Dolphins' offense looks like shit. Just what Steven said. Yeah, Logan, Logan, bro, you tapping out, man? Oh shit! Logan said, "No, I ain't done yet." Logan said Mason said, "I'll win," and then Logan followed back after he dropped that big 500 bomb. Logan said, "Yeah, you got that," and then turned around and dropped 115 roses. God, y'all are crazy, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. Maddie asked if we think that Pearsall is going to put up numbers tomorrow. Pearsall seems to be getting involved more. That's for sure. So, I like Ricky, dude. I like Ricky. I'm a Ricky fan.
Me too. Yeah, I was looking. I couldn't remember who they were going against. We're going against San Francisco.
It's a high
I'm sorry,
possibility.
not San Francisco. Jesus Christ, we're going to Seahawks.
It's a high possibility. I mean, Ricky got 6 targets last week against the Buccaneers in a tight battle. So,
and the Seahawks, like we talked about earlier, have been giving up a lot through the air.
They've been getting cooked.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah. I don't know what's
cooked.
going on with that defense.
Which is kind of crazy to me with the corners they have.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Devin Witherspoon and freaking Reek Woolen, man. God dang. I could see him putting up some big numbers this weekend. I can against that Seattle secondary.
Yeah, I agree. I could see him putting up some numbers for sure. All right. Let's get to the second game. We're an hour into this already, and we're only on the second game. And this is the game, man. This is it. Me versus you, my team versus your team. This is where your family becomes your enemy. No, I'm just kidding. We don't take it that serious. Both get pissed at our teams, that's for sure. And we try to keep each other level headed. Baltimore Ravens versus Pittsburgh Steelers. And we mentioned this, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit different, being that it's our favorite teams, and doing a little back and forth thing, a little something different for the podcast. As a Ravens fan, we grew up watching this battle. Would you agree that this is the baddest rivalry in the NFL?
I would, man. Yeah, I would. Yeah, the Big Ben years and just the defenses. I mean, just some of the best games that I've ever watched, and just fortunate enough to grow up in those times. Um, yeah, I would say it's the baddest rivalry. I want to see us get back to that point. You know what I mean? Like I want to see
Yeah.
us get back to that because I feel like the last couple of years have been kind of like up and down with the Pickett, Rudolph, and like our offense against your guys' defense hasn't been, you know. So I would like to see it get back to that hard nose. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
this rivalry, man.
It's a bomb ass rivalry, that's for sure. Ravens Steelers matchup. Yo, Mason, we appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate all the diamonds that you drop, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in, asking the questions, shooting the shit. You and Logan having a battle. Have a good night at work, man. Appreciate you. Steven, you want to
Yes,
sound
sir.
off
Thank you
to
guys.
Mason?
Appreciate you both.
So Steelers Ravens. We grew up watching them. What is your favorite memory of one of these games?
All right, so it was me, you, and your dad,
Hang
and
on.
we
Mason.
what
Mason said, "I won." Just want to say that. Shout out
Not
to you,
over till
Mason.
it's over. Yeah, good job, Mason.
All right, so go ahead. Give me your most memorable favorite part of this rivalry that you've experienced growing up.
Now this one happened in like real time, like we were at the game. So this one for me sticks out, especially just because. But it was it was the game when so it was a tight game all the way throughout, right? And Joe Flacco uncorks a bomb for the game winner, and Torrey Smith catches this damn thing. At this point, the dude couldn't catch a cold. You know what I mean? And obviously we're at Heinz Field, so there's Steeler fans like all around me, dude. And I'm the only dude. I'm the only dude cheering whenever Torrey Smith catches this ball, and it's a touchdown to win the game. And it was electric, man. But yeah, I was there with Brandon and his dad, and the fans and everything were just giving me all kinds of shit and stuff, which is predictable at that point. I was pretty young. I was probably at least 10 years ago. So
Oh,
yeah,
easy,
that was probably my
absolutely.
biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, I I can't fault you for that. Um, hey, Logan, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you going to battle, going to war with Mason. Bro, stay safe. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. And we hope to see you back again on the next podcast next Saturday. As always, you're a real one, man. You've been riding with us the whole time, so we appreciate you.
He has, dude. He's been riding steady, man. Yeah, he's been riding steady.
All right. So my favorite moment as a Steeler fan in this rivalry with the Baltimore Ravens and Steelers, and this one might sting you, but it's the Troy Polamalu pick six to send Pittsburgh to the Super Bowl, bro. I don't know if there's a more iconic play. Seeing it at the field happen, I don't know if there's a more iconic play. I mean, obviously you have the immaculate reception, and I could put the immaculate extension from AB against Baltimore up there with the Troy Polamalu pick six to send us to the Super Bowl. But for me, sitting in those stands and seeing Troy catch that ball and come down the side, he makes a couple cuts, makes a couple people miss, and dives into that end zone. And it AFC Championship game, absolute hard nosed battle between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And honestly, I think that's my most iconic moment that I grew growing up watching. I almost put that above the James Harrison Super Bowl interception, just because of the magnitude of the team they were facing and the situation they were in. I mean, that's one of them ones, man, it'll stick with me forever.
Yeah, that was a sad day. That was a sad day. But I mean, just hearing those names, hearing Troy Polamalu and James Harrison and stuff, it just just the
Terrell
nostalgia of it,
Suggs,
man. I
Ed
mean,
Reed, I mean James
yeah,
Farrier,
dude.
Aaron Smith, dude. The list goes on.
Freaking yeah, man. Them teams were so damn. Especially your defenses. You guys always had a franchise. You guys always had the franchise quarterback, and it took a while. But once we got Joe, we started to kind of settle in. You know what I mean? But man, those were some games, dude. I mean, those dudes were getting they were just getting hurt out there, dude. Like they were playing their asses off, dude. Ryan Clark was out there just laying our guys out, and frickin' Ray Lewis is busting frickin' Rashard Mendenhall's shoulder and shit. Like dude, those games were just
I mean,
they're
even
iconic.
you even go to the offense, like both sides of the offense, and you go to the not so spoken about players, and we can talk about Jonathan Ogden, Marshall Yanda, Marquise Pouncey. Like, I mean, just top to bottom, offensive lines on both sides, just absolute maulers. And there was nothing like it. I mean, I hate to say that, but the league is so much different from that time till it is now. And I mean, I'm talking Jamal Lewis, Jerome Bettis. I'm talking Ray Rice, Rashard Mendenhall. Like, I mean, just Santonio Holmes, Antonio Brown, Anquan Bolden. I mean, I could sit here and name names all day long. And
That was the thing too, was just the level of play. Like every game, like there was some games the Steelers and Ravens had where it was lopsided, but not many, dude. I mean, there was a lot
no,
of them games like they earned they earned that win. Like they felt that shit probably for the next freaking week. You know
the
what I
one
mean?
game that I remember very, very heavily. is that game whenever the Steelers brought those all black with the yellow numbers on the jersey. You remember that game? It was like a Monday night. And Ed Reed got that opening punt from the Steelers, and James Harrison just rocked his shit.
Yeah, that was dude. That was a long time ago.
I mean, that is probably the worst game I've seen from the Ravens side of the ball. I mean, I think the Steelers won like 49 to like 7 or something. I mean, it was something crazy. And
Dude, that was the Kyle Bowler days. That had to have been, dude. That was the Kyle Bowler days. Those were some dark days, dude.
Dude, I don't know if it was Kyle Bowler, dude. I honestly don't.
It could be Aaron McNair, but at that point he was. I love Steve McNair, rest in peace, whatever. But I love Steve McNair. But yeah, when he got to us, he was pretty washed, and we didn't really have much to help him with.
What year did this happen?
Shit, if Ed was returning punts, I remember that play. Shoot, that had to have been
2007.
I was about to say 06. I was about to say 06, but yeah, okay, 07.
I mean, who was the quarterback then?
Should have been Bowler.
Hang on, here we go. Are you ready for this?
I don't think
Steve
so.
McNair had
Was it Steve?
groin problems, and Kyler Bowler took over.
Okay, so it was Kyle Bowler. Okay, when you told me the score, dude, I was like, there's only one explanation. There's only one reason why we put up 7 points and got blown out.
I can't remember if that was the actual score. I'm actually gonna look it up quick.
Yeah, look it up, dude. Yeah, because I am curious.
Ravens,
because
Steelers, 38-7. I was close.
You were close. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, when I heard that, I was like, that's a Kyle Bowler game if I ever heard one, dude.
Because Debo, aka James Harrison, really had like a Pro Bowl game. He had like 3 strip sacks, the forced fumble on Ed Reed, an interception.
That was a James Harrison coming out party.
Oh shit.
One of the best defensive player primes I've ever seen in my life. That dude was
absolutely insane.
I wish he would have got it together when he was a little bit younger.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was ridiculous.
Absolutely.
We should have kept him. Should have had him next to Sizzle, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, it'd have been insane. It would have been insane.
We'll say he's next to Joey Porter and frickin' Woodley. God dang.
Thomas has T. Higgins or Ricky Pearsall. T. Higgins. We're riding this T. Higgins train.
Yeah, we're gonna ride T. Higgins into the ground. Yep.
Drew asked, trade Otten, Higgins, and Ridley for Josh Jacobs. Wait, hold on. I read this wrong. Trade Otten, Higgins, Ridley, and Josh Jacobs for Nico and Kenneth Walker. If you have depth at receiver, then yeah.
I would say yeah. Yeah, if you have depth at receiver, yeah. If you're comfortable with moving some pieces, yeah.
Absolutely. Omar asked, did we answer this? Kraft or Hunter Henry? Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Tucker.
So back to the Baltimore Steelers matchup. A lot of people want to talk about how Pittsburgh has dominated Baltimore. Lamar Jackson doesn't do shit against Pittsburgh. I'm going to keep it real. Out of the 8 potential matchups that Lamar could have played Pittsburgh, Lamar Jackson's only played in 3 of those games. Just so everyone knows. It hasn't been pure dominant fashion of Pittsburgh shuts Lamar Jackson down. He's only played in 3 of the 8 games possible. With that being said, right now, I think this is a different Lamar that the NFL has seen since he's in the league. He is playing on a different level. He is seeing the field tremendously. And if we get a offensive game plan that they had against the Browns, Pittsburgh will win this game with no issue. But if we get the open playbook, Lamar against Pittsburgh, it's going to be a dogfight. It is going to be a dogfight. And another statistic, Derrick Henry statistically has not had one of those Derrick Henry type games against Pittsburgh in his career. He's only played them 3 times, maybe 4 times, and he averages like 57 yards a game, which is saying something for a guy like Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Mike Tomlin's going to play the long game and the time of possession game and try and keep that offense off the field in the Ravens and try and win this game in like a 10-6 or a 13-9 type of fashion. I don't think you're going to see a ton of points in this game. 48.5 on the over-under seems like a lot for a game that I think that it's going to be a defensive struggle. I think that you see the Ravens play the best defensive football that they have played all season, especially in the passing game. And I think that you see a lot of holding and pass interference calls on the Steelers because of how shifty the Ravens receivers are. And I hope that I am wrong, but we are both very realistic when it comes to the NFL and even when it comes to our favorite team. We're very realistic when it comes to that. And I'm just being a realist with Pittsburgh right now. The wheels might fall off tomorrow at 1:00. But don't panic. I've been saying for weeks that the Ravens are the best team in football, and I get it. Their pass defense is the worst in the league, but they are the best team in football, and I solely believe that. It's the Ravens at 1 and the Detroit Lions at 1A and 1B, and I don't think anyone wants to see Baltimore right now. And if they continue on this run, they're going to be tough to beat, man. They really are. What's your thoughts of this game coming up? And just to mention, the Ravens are favored in Pittsburgh by 3 points.
At least they're keeping it close, I guess. But you know, I'm pretty superstitious, especially when it comes to the Ravens. But I will piggyback on what Brandon said. Lamar's playing incredibly well. I mean, probably the best that I've ever seen him play. I would actually venture to say that he is playing the best that I've ever seen him play. He's seeing the field incredibly well. He's the biggest step forward that I've seen with him, obviously with going through his progressions and stuff, but the biggest step forward is I knew that if we were down a few touchdowns, he would get frazzled and try to do too much and and it would end up just doing more harm than good. He seems to be a lot more poised, a lot more relaxed. He's not going for the big play every play. So I'm not really concerned about that. I am concerned about the guy on the other side of the field, which is TJ Watt, because historically, since he's been in Pittsburgh, he's been a major pain in our ass every time we've played. So
I also make mention, TJ Watt has had 2 games back to back where he's been absolutely chipped, triple teamed, double teamed. They are not giving him a shot to get to the quarterback. So is this the game where TJ Watt goes crazy?
that's what I was about to say. Need to make sure that he is getting chipped at the line. Make sure make sure the guard's kicking off and picking him up if he tries to go inside. Just he needs to be the focus on offense as far as pass protection goes. There needs to be a hat on him at all times, 2 hats, sometimes 3. He's just that kind of guy. I know a lot of people they talk about great defensive players in the league and all that other shit, but in my opinion, I think that he is the best defensive player in the NFL. Just because of his ability to take over a game at literally any given moment. And I've had to endure this for the past like 5 years. So anyway, um, with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, it's hard. It's incredibly hard to run against their defenses. Historically, it's pretty much always has. But you're gonna have a running back here and there, a Rico Dowdle or whatever, that's just gonna go bananas for no reason. Yeah, you're just gonna have that. But as far as just giving up like big touchdowns to backs and stuff like that, Pittsburgh and Baltimore usually play against running backs pretty well. So Baltimore, I wouldn't go away from Derrick Henry like we have a tendency to do, which pisses me off. Like, let him get his touches, see if he can get something going on the ground. Don't just abandon the run, because that's whenever TJ Watt pins those ears back and him and Highsmith are just closing in. You can't do that. So I don't know, man. I'm still skeptical with our pass defense and the way that Russ has been playing, especially what we talked about earlier with Pickens with the deep ball. Mike Williams getting acclimated with the offense, had a big play last week, and he's only going to get more and more reps. So we absolutely have to be better in the passing against the pass. I mean, it's I cannot emphasize that enough. These big plays, we're going to eventually play against a team. If the Pittsburgh Steelers defense holds us to a touchdown, right? So we end up turning the ball over, Pittsburgh's on offense, and they're going and they're scoring. And then our offense gets the ball back, and we can't drive and do shit against Pittsburgh. We could lose 7-3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so we have
absolutely.
to be able to, do something defensively to. And I know Russell Wilson isn't Russell Wilson of old, but right now our defense is in a bad way as far as pass goes. I hope, once again, like Brandon said, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm excited for this game and just hope for the best.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's going to be one for the ages, and I think it's going to be a great game. Honestly, I do.
I'm glad that we got Lamar this time, so
Yeah,
that's
100%.
exciting.
Chiefs season said Jake Bobo with exclamation points. If you're asking or saying that we should start him, hell no.
Jake Bobo.
F Jake Bobo. I'm sorry. Bobby asked, start Tua or Aaron Rodgers. Bro, why you gotta do me like this?
Damn, dude, those are your two options.
They're the
Shit.
one in free agency.
Yeah. Oh no.
Both quarterbacks have favorable matchups.
Damn.
I gotta go Tua, bro.
It doesn't matter what. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. They're both in this. They're both the same guy right now. Like they really
gotta
are.
go Tua against the Raiders. I have to go Tua.
I would go Tua against the Raiders. Yep, absolutely. Go Tua against the Raiders.
RZH asked Rams D versus Pats or Dolphins D versus Raiders. Dolphins D.
Yeah, I'll go Dolphins D.
Actually, I think that I missed someone's thing. Hang on. I thought there was like a defensive question. Maybe not. I must have been reading something else. DK or Puka? He has Amon Ra and Cup. Puka Nakua is a target hog. Listen. So hear me out. This is what I would do. I would swap Cooper for Puka, and then add DK.
Damn, you said exactly what I was gonna say. You said exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I would swap Puka for Cup and add DK. That's what I'm doing. Dakota Smith asked, does he take Jamar Chase from Malik Neighbors and Isaiah Pacheco? Yes. No question. Daniel Jones sucks.
Yep. It's a travesty. Malik Neighbors is ultra talented, and he has to deal with that bum as a quarterback. It's just sad.
They have Jalen Hyatt, Malik Neighbors. Daniel Jones blows. I'm sorry.
This dude made Darren Waller retire. Okay, he sucks.
Yeah, Daniel Jones
And-
is absolute ass.
And that is not an exaggeration. He actually did retire.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Jones sucks. I don't know if that's part of it, but I'm assuming it is.
Oh, it's 100%. That's 100% why he retired. He knew that he had to wake up on every day of the week, go practice with Daniel Jones. Dakota said that's what he did. He made that trade, but he just wanted some reassurance. Yeah, bro. You made the right call, brother. You definitely made the right call. Yeah, so Steelers Ravens. I don't bet the Steelers, as I say 24/7 every podcast. If I had to take a bet, gun to my head, I'm taking under 48.5 points. I don't see this being a high scoring game. Minnesota Vikings, Tennessee Titans. You know what? I'm going against the grain. This is the first pick of the day. Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers under 48.5 because it's not going to take away from me watching this game. If I bet the spread, it takes away from it. I'm banking on Pittsburgh to win, whatever, so on and so forth. I am going under 48.5 points in the Baltimore Ravens Steelers game. Lock it in. Minnesota Vikings, Tennessee Titans.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say I'm going against the grain. I'm taking the Titans over the Vikings. I was like, damn, I know the Vikings are down bad right now, but I'm down like that.
Before we dive into the Vikings Titans game, Jay Fett asked Tillman, Etienne, Mooney, D Hop start two. Etienne and D Hop.
Yep, Etienne and D Hop.
Wait a minute. No, I'm changing.
Yeah, maybe Mooney.
I'm going Mooney and D Hop. Mac Jones blows for starters. And this, the starters might get pulled in the first half of that Lions Jaguars game if as long as Jared Goff doesn't throw 27 interceptions. Yeah, I'm going Mooney, D Hop, just for the fact that Mooney has a more favorable matchup. He'll be away from PS2. So I'm going Mooney and D Hop.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if since Mac Jones sucks so bad, if Etienne's going to get more touches. Because with Tank being out, man, there should be a lot of volume. Should be.
Yeah, but let me look at Etienne's stats last week. Let's see.
Well, that game sucked. Just all the way around sucked.
Etienne had 11 carries for 44 yards.
Yeah.
And 1 target. All right, I'm sold. Mooney and D-Hop, I'm sold.
Who's Jacksonville got this week?
They got the Lions.
They got the Lions. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna do D-Hop and Mooney.
Underscore asked Drake London or Pickens. I'm going Pickens, man. Drake London's gonna be shadowed by PS2, bro.
I think I'm gonna go Pickens too, since our pass defense sucks.
Swift or Chubb? Nick Chubb. Bears suck.
Chubby.
The Bears are fucking. Oh, damn it. I dropped it.
Oh no, we're getting banned.
The Bears suck.
We got all them gifts. Maybe we can trade them in to unban ourselves.
The Bears are ass, bro. I'm sorry. When anyone asks anything about the Bears, it pisses me off. The Bears suck. They're so bad. They have no reason to suck. And I cannot wait till we get to that Green Bay Bears game. I can't wait.
Tell the truth.
Stop. Rudy asks Bo Nix or Mahomes. The Chiefs ball out against the Bills.
They do. Yeah,
Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes.
That's always a crazy ass game. I still probably won't watch it, but yeah, I would go.
I'm
I would go
definitely
Mahomes.
watching that dog. Wait, what
It's
games
so
do you
hard to
happen to
bench
watch
Patrick
other
Mahomes,
than
but
that?
he plays like shit. I don't know.
Oh God, bro, you know what games we have to choose from at 4 o'clock other than the Chiefs Bills?
Oh, I'm watching that Seahawks Niners game.
Why? So you can watch the four Seahawks getting nuked on.
I want to see my man DK go ape shit.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
I
depends
don't know
on
what game.
what Gino shows up.
That's true. Yeah, I would. As much as I would like to watch the Bills Chiefs game,
I
Patrick
can't.
Mahomes just gets on my nerves,
Yep,
dude.
I can't watch it, dude. I can't. Chubb or Amari Cooper?
Hmm.
I don't trust Amari Cooper. I'm going Nick
I'm
Chubb.
I'm riding the Chubb train, dude. I've been
So
pounding
it's
the
a
table for Chubb
Chubb
all night.
type of
Chubb.
weekend, and it's a Chubb and a who's the other one? T Higgins. The Chubb and T Higgins weekend. Please go off. Please. Where we at here? Vikings Titans. Mean boy Will Levis is back. Vikings fans, ooh, you see Sam Darnold out of old the past 2 weeks. Squeaked one out last week. There's no way. What the hell? Shiesty, give me 1 sec. I read your comment and I'm mind blown that I have to bench one of these people. Let us cover this game real quick, and I'll bring it up to Steven and let him know his thoughts. Vikings squeaked one out last week on a very piss poor performance across the board from both teams. But give me the Vikings -6, man. I don't have anything else to say. The Vikings win this game. They bounce back. Sam Darnold does not revert back to Sam Darnold of when he was drafted. He starts balling again. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm with you on that one, man. I haven't seen anything from the Titans to really be worried about the Vikings losing. Vikings are playing like shit recently, but yeah. Hopefully Sam Darnold gets back on track, man. Minnesota fans don't stroke out.
All right, my man Shiesty said bench one. Amon-Ra, absolutely not. Garrett Wilson, Cooper Kupp, or T. Higgins. The fact that you have to choose out of these 4 people of who to bench is mind blowing.
Yeah.
I got to go with the most injury prone and go with Cooper Kupp. That's who's getting benched.
Yeah, for me it boils down to Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp
It
or
was
T.
T.
Higgins?
Higgins,
Is he any option?
Amon-Ra St. Brown, and
Garrett
who?
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I would bench Kupp. Yeah, I would bench Kupp.
Helen asked Kyron Williams for Chuba Hubbard and Mike Evans. Depends on your receiving core right now if I'm making that trade.
Agreed. Yeah, with Mike coming off that hamstring injury.
Travis, appreciate the follow. Shiesty, appreciate the like. Yeah. If you want to drop your receiving core, who you got at receiver, make a decision a lot easier. But Chuba Hubbard's been going off for sure. Kyron just seems to find the end zone every week. So, depending on your receiving core, maybe a yes, maybe a no. Ooh. Ray's C.J. Stroud or Drake May? C.J. Stroud against Dallas. That team sucks.
Yep, I would go CJ against Dallas. Absolutely.
I had a little glimpse of thought with the Patriots against the Rams, and then it went away real quick.
Yeah, Dallas is just that team's sad.
It's terrible. All right. Browns versus Saints. I have nothing for this game. The fact that the Browns are favored is kind of weird. Which, on paper, you should be like, damn, Browns are favored. Saints are coming off a win against Atlanta. You got to load up on the Saints. I'm not touching this. This is a bait line if I've ever seen one. I don't like it. I hate it. But give me the Saints to win the game. I'm not betting it, but I do think they pull off the win. Any thoughts on this game? Both teams are. I have no clue about both teams. So I really don't have anything to say about it.
I think the Saints win, but hopefully Nick Chubb has $180 and 2 tuds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts.
Come on, Nick. Yeah, that's my dude, man. I love Nick Chubb, and we've been pulling for him. So hopefully this is a big coming out party for the year. But yeah, I don't think the Browns win.
All right. So remember at the beginning of the stream, whenever I said, "Holy shit," and it was just out of random, like we were dead silent, we were barely even talking, and I said, "Holy shit," and then I said, I just looked at a line on the on one of the spreads, and I said, "We'll get to it." We're getting to it
Vaguely.
right now. Detroit Lions versus Jacksonville Jaguars. The Lions are favored by 14 points.
Jesus.
We're talking about a professional football team. The Jaguars are underdogs by 14 points. Like, they are literally saying the Jacksonville Jaguars are your local high school team playing Alabama.
Yeah, that's cold.
And we
Damn.
did it earlier this year. The Lions were favored by like 12 points against who was it? Hang on, give me 1 second. Hold that thought. The Lions were favored by like 12 and a half. It was something ridiculous. Which no NFL team should be an underdog or favored by that much. I mean, these are the best 22 players at the let's say the roster, 52 players at their respective position in the nation. No team should be underdogs that much. And we hammered it. A lot of people said we were crazy. We said take Detroit against Tennessee minus 12 and a half. Do you remember what the score of that game was?
No, I don't.
52-14.
Okay, now I do. Yeah, now I do. I remember that. Yeah,
Call
they got
me
decimated.
crazy, but Mac Jones is a bum.
Roll Tide.
And they aren't playing the Vikings and Sam Darnold. They're playing a Jared Goff team who just threw 5 interceptions, got the win still. I am taking the Detroit Lions minus 14 points. Lock it in.
Yeah, as scary of a line as that is, Detroit's
It's
going to
very
come out and they're
doable.
going to be swinging. Detroit's going to come out swinging. I know they're jacked.
Oh, Detroit's pissed. Do you have anything to go over on this game? Personally, I don't, just because Jacksonville sucks and Detroit's rolling. Even when it suck, they find a way to win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we talked about it the last few weeks. I think Detroit's the best team in the NFC. They had a down week last week. I mean, that was a crazy ass game. But I think they bounce back this week. I think they get right, and I think they stomp the piss out of the Jaguars.
All right. Art asked BTJ or Josh Downs at the flex.
Josh Downs. Wait, oh
You
God, no, hold on. I was thinking Flacco was starting. Shit, that one's actually tougher than what meets the eye because Mac
well,
Jones sucks.
that's why I was going to ask if there's anyone in free agency he could pick up.
Oh man, that is a dice roll if I ever heard one.
Art, I can't make a pick for you, but you know what can? The name
Downs seemed to
randomizer.
do pretty decent. Like he seemed to do pretty decent before Flacco took over, so he kind of takes the edge for me. But yeah, I think this is a randomizer. And I love BTJ. Me and Brandon have been talking him up for shit since the draft. You know what I mean? So there's no bias here. It's just that's a hard choice, just given the quarterback situations for both teams.
Downs definitely has the edge for me, but Art, I hope you're watching. I have it on the live stream. The randomizer's locked and loaded. Downs in blue, BTJ in red. This is how I'm making my decision. If it flips the other way to BTJ, I'll go well, it went Josh Downs. Even the randomizer says Josh Downs.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't freeze or some shit. Buffer like the Netflix last night.
Yeah, like that wonderful fight. Netflix needs to leave the big boy shit to the real people that can actually handle it. Just saying. Yes, so Detroit minus 14, lock it in. Here's the game, bro. Here is the game. I've been waiting for it all week. We went over the recap and we trashed him, and he's about to get ripped again. And I hope there's Bear fans in here to try and defend this finger painting person. I almost slipped up. Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
It's a divisional game, which those are always
Tough.
they're typically tough, you know, and they can go either way, which we've seen plenty of times this year, which is maddening. Baltimore. But yeah, I'm talking about that damn Browns game. So this is one of those games where it is a rivalry game. It can go either way and yada yada yada. But man, I'll tell you what, Caleb Williams he's had an incredibly up and down and mostly down season. But last
I'm
week,
not gonna lie,
dude.
that is not what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say he's had an incredibly shitty season.
Well, yeah, I mean he's had some flashes, but it's a lot more, you know. Last week though, against the Patriots of all freaking teams, he was terrible. I mean, he was terrible. This offense, this team was terrible against the Patriots, who are not a good team. It's sacked 9 times. What do we say about him at USC? He holds the ball too damn long. And people want to shit on his offensive line, saying Chicago's offensive line sucks. No. He holds on to the ball too damn long. That's always been his problem. And let me tell you something. The Patriots' pass rush, abysmal.
9 sacks.
Okay. 9 sacks. 9 times this dude was brought down. And he's supposed to be an improviser and be able to move around and extend plays and break sacks.
He was improvising how to cut the grass.
Dude, he looks like shit. He looks terrible. The Bears, I don't know. I was skeptical about it when we were talking months ago about him coming out of USC. I'm like, dude, this dude is a boom or bust guy if I ever seen one. And I'm not saying he's a bust right now because I never say within the first 2 years if a guy is a bust. I never do. However, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. But right now he's going in the bust category. He looks like shit.
My man grabbed the ladder that you see in the library with like 14 stories of books, rolled that bitch right over to the Mount Rushmore, and slammed his face right in front of Jamarcus Russell.
Marcus Russell, Ryan Leaf.
He rolled that library ladder right over and just climbed up it and stood there with 2 thumbs up.
This dude came into. We talked about it too at the beginning of when he got drafted. This dude is going into the best situation we've seen for a rookie quarterback. They have a very good defense, um, talent all across the offense. I mean, this dude went into. Uh, if Jaden Daniels was the first pick, which I thought there was a really good chance that he was going to be, good lord, could you imagine Jaden Daniels with those weapons?
And let's not forget they drafted him a rookie receiver to build with, and
Yep.
we're not talking about a rookie receiver in the 7th round. We're talking about Roma Duzier.
Yep. The Bears are sorry. I mean, they fired their offensive coordinator, which we touched on.
Should have been the head coach.
But is that going to make a difference? Yeah, Eberflus, it sucks. Is that going to make a difference? I don't think so.
I better hope.
Yeah, they better hope. I mean, this team's just sorry, dude. This team's sorry.
Let me ask
Jordan
you
Love
this.
needs to quit turning the damn ball over. That's the Packers'
Yeah.
problem. Jordan Love is a very good quarterback, man. Just sometimes he makes these throws where I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
They were on a 4-run. They were on a 4-game heater until they lost to the Lions. But if you look at the 4 games, Jaguars they won by 3, Texans they won by 2. They beat the hell out of the Cardinals. They barely beat the Rams. They lost to the Vikings before that. They beat the hell out of the Titans. They barely beat the Colts, and they lost to the Eagles. So they either win by a small margin or they lose. And it boils down to turnovers. But let me ask you this with this game. You know I hate the Bears. You know I hate Caleb Williams.
You think there's an upset?
I don't know about an upset. Do you think that the offensive coordinator firing, they come out and play to every strength possible of Caleb Williams, and he comes out and drops like, I'm not even going to give a crazy number. He drops like 275, 3 touchdowns. Do you think it's a possibility against this Green Bay Packers defense?
I think it's a possibility. Just something about rivalry games. Just they're just different. I don't know what it is. They're always close. Every game where you're like, man, they're getting blown out, and then next thing you know, Jameis Winston's lobbing a pass to frickin' Cedric Tillman. You know what I mean? Like it's just, yeah, it's hard to say. I think it's a possibility. But man, last week, god dang, they looked like shit.
And we're talking about a Green Bay Packers defense that's way better.
Yeah, Green Bay's been getting it done, man. Green Bay's looking pretty damn good. Like I said, they need a little more consistency out of Jordan Love, but I think as he gets healthier and stuff, I think he's going to get right. But these division games, man, they're tough to project, dude. They really are.
I mean, listen to the last games. The last 3 got decimated by the Patriots, got destroyed by the Cardinals, lost on a Hail Mary. And let's be real. Cardinals are playing surprisingly well.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders' defense is playing better than anyone anticipated. The 3-game stretch that they won, Jaguars, dog shit defense. Panthers, dog shit defense. The Rams, who the hell knows what the hell the Rams are?
Yeah.
Like, they play a team like the Cardinals to have their defense is playing well. They don't have that star-studded, sexy defense, but they're playing well. Everything says take Green Bay the minus 5.5. Green Bay should win this game by 9 points, 10 points. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not touching this game. I don't like it. I'm not touching it. I try to talk myself into it just then. Like, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to talk myself into betting this game, but I'm not touching it. It's too risky. Being a divisional game. And I hope for Bears fans, I hope for their sake, they come out and they keep it a close game and potentially win. That's where I'm at with this.
Yeah, the thing with Caleb Williams, I think the Packers win this game, and they should, by all intents and purposes, win this game. But the thing with Caleb Williams is when you look at Bo Nix, when you look at Drake May, when you look at um, Jaden Daniels, obviously, um, when you look at these rookie quarterbacks, these rookie passers, like you see glimpses of a lot of potential coming
Yes.
from, it's not all the time. Like Bo Nix started off rough, but he's getting there. Drake May, he's doesn't have much, but he's making do. Jaden Daniels he's had a rough past couple of weeks since he played against us. He's had a rough couple of weeks. I think he'll bounce back. But with Caleb Williams, you haven't really seen it. Like there hasn't been a
He
moment,
doesn't
or
show any
there hasn't been a
poise.
game. What's that?
He doesn't show any poise at all. Like
No,
poise in that
he's.
pocket.
We talked about it a few days ago, and that's why I don't want to beat on it too much. But he just he he trusts his physical tools and his arm too much to the point to where his mechanics, like he's throwing these balls that are just fluttering because his feet aren't set. Like his mechanics, everything's just he just looks like a fish out of water. I
Yeah.
mean, to put it bluntly, he does. He looks like a fish out of water. And like I said, these other guys, they they make magic happen. But I haven't seen Caleb Williams take over a game and do anything where I'm like, oh shit, like the light bulb's coming on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. I
Just
agree with that
being
100%.
honest. Yeah, being honest. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with the Packers to win this game. If I was a betting man, I probably wouldn't touch this game either. But yeah, I think the Packers should win this game.
All right. Raiders versus Dolphins. I don't have a whole lot to
What
say
a
about this
sorry ass
game.
game, dude.
This is it's a miserable game, but I am betting it.
Well, it's hard not to. The Raiders are terrible.
Dolphins -7, man. Give me the Dolphins by a touchdown. If the Dolphins are going to have an offensive explosion where Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, Jalen Wright, all the 4.2 40 guys in the world are going to go off, this is the game. Dolphins -7. Glad to see Tua on the field for 2 straight weeks. I'm a Tua guy, man. And that offense runs better with Tua. Their defense is very shaky, but I mean it's the Raiders, bro. It's Gardner Minshew. Dolphins win this game by 10 points. Especially after what they just did to the Rams. Yeah, I like this bet. Dolphins -7. Any thoughts on this game? Much to say about this game?
Um, if there's a game where you're gonna get right if you're the Dolphins, I know they won last week, but
Oh,
if
bro,
there's a
you just
game,
jinxed it.
what I do?
You just jinxed it, bro.
What
Last
I
time we
do?
said, last time we said, if there's a game that someone's gonna get right, that team got nuked on.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I think we did that with the Vikings or something. I think it was like the Vikings or something. That was bad.
It was real bad, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, if there's a team that you're gonna get right, but yeah, no, man. Like, if you're the Dolphins of old, and you guys are gonna start clicking again with the weapons that you have, and to
Drop
this point,
75 on their head.
to this point, like I don't understand. Even when Huntley was in there or frickin' Skylar Thompson or whoever, dude, I just don't understand how you can't do frickin' shit with the speed and just Tyreek Hill in general, dude. The A-Chain, frickin' Mostert. Like, Mostert doesn't touch the damn ball anymore. I'm not going to go into it. But, like, if there's a team where you guys need to figure it out, it's going to be against the damn Raiders because the Raiders are a hot mess right now. That team is going nowhere fast. So, yeah. Dolphins
I
got to
saw
win this game.
Yeah, I still didn't have much on it, but actually, it something just clicked in my mind of something we talked about, and I actually want to bring it up on here. Mike McDaniel's. Do you think that people have figured him out?
I'm starting to wonder. I mean,
I
it
mean, he
would
was
be
a
dumb not to
guru.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was innovative. The offense, like everything, was just. Dude, they dropped 70 on the damn Broncos like
Mhm.
last year. Like
Yeah, we're not talking about 10 years ago. I mean, last year.
last year, same coach, same quarterback, same receivers. Yeah,
Like it's almost like I don't know how many people in here play Madden, but it's almost as if you have like them four go like let's take a professional player. And if you watch Madden, you pay attention to Madden, we'll take I can't use Henry because Henry's just a dog. Um, we'll take Skimbo and Eric Problem Right. Eric Problem Right has these four plays that he's just dominating through the tournament with. And then he goes up against Skimbo, and Skimbo has an answer to all of them. And now he can't do a damn thing. That's how I look at McDaniels. If his
yeah.
plays in those them quick motions with Tyree coming across formation and then hiking it and he's taking off, are not there, the offense can't do shit. And I don't get it. And we mentioned it in the recap, bro. How does Jalen Waddle have more receiving yards and receptions in the first half of a football game, more receptions and receiving yards than he did in a total of 6 games combined, and he doesn't catch another ball the rest of the game?
I don't know. It just that team. There's been them, the Jets. Like these teams, just to me, just don't make sense. Like there's no reason that they shouldn't be good. They just aren't.
I'm not even
And
going
the
to say
Dolphins are no
good.
different.
I'm going to say average because they're
Yeah.
both these teams are below average.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, like if you asked me last
We're
year,
talking top 5 draft pick.
dude, until the weather started to get cold last year, like we were talking about the Dolphins like making a run, like a real
Yeah.
legitimate run. And then, it got a little chilly out. You know what I mean? They went into hibernation. But
They got
yeah,
frostbite.
dude. Yeah, they got frostbite, dude. You know what I mean? And whatever. But now it's like, dude, you got your quarterback. He's back. You know, you're for the most part healthy. Your offense should be playing better than your defense, which has been riddled by injuries. But to be honest, your defense is playing better than your offense, and that's saying something. Like they can't do shit with Tyreek Hill and his ability to separate and get open and make plays and stuff, and he's just like I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this team. I watched
It
that game. They still don't scare me.
No, absolutely
You know
not.
what I mean? They don't scare me. Like we talked about it on the phone. The Rams scare me more than the frickin' Dolphins do.
And the Rams just lost to him.
Exactly.
And I'm
Yeah.
still more afraid of the Rams than I am the Dolphins.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with the Dolphins, dude. I don't, but it's you got to kind of look over your shoulder and be like, "Hey, Mike, what's going on?"
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
MZ, shut up.
Shout out. Sorry, sorry, Dolphins fans. I know this was like you poor bastards. You guys are getting so excited. You know what I mean? I don't know what's wrong with your team.
Suck. Um, Next game, Rams Patriots. Rams are favored by 4.5 points against the Patriots. I like this game. Very under the radar game in my eyes. New England's been very. I mean, they suck. Don't get me wrong, but they've been like sneaky. Like they've been like the win against the Jets that they squeaked out. The win against the Bears in dominant fashion. Like been very like under the radar. And Drake May didn't have a great game. I mean, 184 yards, a touchdown, interception. I feel if he does that against the Rams, they get blown out. Uh, but shit, like bro, it's crazy. The and we know the Patriots are bad, but it's crazy to think of a day and age because when our era of growing up, the Patriots are so dominant, and I get it. Like they don't have anything. The receivers are terrible. Their defense is atrocious. I mean, they got 9 sacks against Caleb Lewis, but bro, I like the Rams here to bounce back and taking the Rams -4.5 here. I don't know what, and you mentioned it actually in the recap that we did on Wednesday. The Rams just couldn't get in the end zone. It wasn't
Yeah.
like they weren't moving the ball; they just could not get in the end zone, and that's very uncharacteristic of the Rams because they've been scoring. Kyron Williams has been in the end zone, it seems like, every single week except for last week. So for me, I got to go Rams -4.5. Any inclination or any thoughts on this game?
No, I agree with you on that, man. I think I think the Rams should pull this one out. Patriots just aren't there yet. They're I think
Ain't
they
even
got their
close, bro.
quarterback. What's that?
I said they ain't even close.
No, they're not. I mean, they got their quarterback, dude, but running game's inconsistent. Like you said, no receivers that jump out that like scare you. You know what I mean? Like there's no offensive line is awful. Um, yeah, the Patriots are just kind of floundering. They're making do with Drake May. Drake May has been playing very well, and people need to understand just how difficult it is as a rookie quarterback to have that low of a talent level around you and still be able to have success. And
Right.
Drake May's making it work. It's not always pretty, you know, 100 and some yards. It's not always pretty. It's not always perfect, but he's he's doing what he can do with what he's got. So anything that he does that's positive with that team, that offense right now, is a miracle. But yeah, I think the Rams get a bounce back game with the Patriots.
Couldn't agree more. The next game I think is going to be a good game. And if you asked me last week, I'd be taking the underdog in this game. But you know what? I'm scared to death of this underdog, and I'm not touching them. Atlanta Falcons, Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored by 2 points. It's in Mile High. I don't think there's any weather issues for this game. But bro, I'm just gonna ask you, what the hell's going on with the Falcons, bro? Just when you think that they are ready to roll, they're ready. They're gonna do exactly what we thought. They get nuked on by the Seahawks. They come back. They beat the Bucks. They beat the Cowboys. 2 games that they should win because both teams are dog shit and don't have anyone. And then they get beat by the Saints. And yeah, they only lost by 3, but bro, the Saints dominated that game. Like, what do you think is wrong with this Falcons team?
They're another one of those teams that I was referring to earlier, man. It's just one of those teams I don't they're better than the Jets, and the Dolphins offense right now, but I mean, what's what's the problem? What's the issue here? I mean, Kirk Cousins put up an absurd amount of yards, didn't have a touchdown. Bijan Robinson scored both their touchdowns. And I'm just like, you can't turn that into any points. You can't turn those yards into any points. You can't like. I know Koo is having a lousy year,
Ooh,
um,
man.
which is unfortunate because Koo is one of the better kickers in the NFL. But yeah, just all the way around. You got to. I mean, I don't want to sound like Booger McFarland here and be like, well, in order to win games, you got to score points. You know, but
No shit.
it's the God's honest truth, dude. Yeah, what was
Yeah,
Q last week? Q was freaking 1 for 4 last week.
yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah, which he's one of the most accurate kickers in the league, the past several years. And then to come out and go 1 and 4, which he's had a rough year to begin with. The 1 for 4, good
What were
lord.
the missed field goal? How deep was it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out now, because that's
50,
always if they send him out there for a 65-yarder, you know what I mean?
so the first one was 53 yards, missed. The second one, he missed a 35-yarder, got
Mm.
blocked.
Oh,
The third one, he missed a 46-yarder, all wide right. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, kickers don't get a lot of love, but man, let's be honest. It's one of the most important positions on the field.
yeah, it is.
You got to have that kicker that you're just like, okay, we're getting 3. We didn't get 7, but we know we're getting 3. You can't go out there and be like holding your breath, hoping that he makes it every time he's on the field. I mean, look at the Lions last week, bro. A rookie, no, not a rookie, but a kicker that hasn't been on the team, and he squeaks them into the uprights. Every one of his kicks. I mean, we're talking pencil eraser. I don't even know. It might have been tighter than that. It might have been a piece of paper.
Yeah, I mean, hell, dude, if you think about it too, with that Eagles game, I know they won, but Jake Elliott had uh two bad misses that game where
Oh,
you're just
trust
like,
me.
oh shit.
Trust me, I know. Because we took the Eagles over 49.5 points. The Eagles versus the uh, Commanders. And those 2 field goals cost us money. So, yeah, we know. We know about Jake Elliott.
Yeah, so yeah, dude, kickers. I mean, like I said, they won, but at the time when he missed those field goals, watching the game, I was like, oh shit. And then Saquon went off, and then it was over. But yeah, the kicker is invaluable. Like they have to. You need those points. You absolutely need those points. And if you're not getting them, I mean, that doesn't help the Falcons at all. I mean, they're not getting the ball in the end zone. Kirk's not getting the ball in the end zone in that game, but by all intents and purposes, they played good, but not getting the 3 points, that leads to 6, that leads to 9, so on and so forth. So that's a backbreaker.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a game that I will not touch. The Falcons are currently banned. I don't give a shit. Watch the Falcons come out and nuke on the Broncos, but hey, if they do good on them, I cannot bring myself to bet them. They are like the Jets. They have cost me a ton of money with up and down play. Just when you think that they're going to get rolling, because realistically on paper that they look like they should be crushing people, especially with yards. Kirk Cousins having himself a year.
Yeah.
They're just not. They're just not doing it, man. They're just not good. They're not a good team. Like they can't put it all together. And that honestly brings me to my next question. Do you think that we could see Michael Penix by the end of the year? If let me rephrase that. If the Falcons are, let's say the Falcons go on and lose this game, okay? Puts them at 6
Mhm.
and 5. They're still on top of the NFC South, I believe. Let me look.
Well, that division sucks, so.
Yeah, the division's ass. All right, here we go. All right, so 6 and 5 puts them on top of the. They'll still be on top of the NFC South. You have the Buccaneers, the Saints, and the Panthers. At 6 and 5, do you think if they end up 6 and 6, you might see Penix come in?
Um, see, I don't know. I don't know just because they kind of put all the marbles in for Kirk Cousins. That the Penix pick to me, I think it was an insurance policy in case Kirk Cousins doesn't come back well from that Achilles injury.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it didn't make sense. 24-year-old rookie, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it didn't make sense. Even
Yeah,
now,
we
it doesn't
talked
make
about it.
sense.
Yeah, we talked about
But
it.
it wouldn't hurt to get him some in-game reps and see what you got with your first round pick. You know, if the season gets out of hand and the Falcons are, end up spiraling out, I don't see the harm in it.
The big one is, I mean, they're 4-1 in the division, so they're winning the games they absolutely
They
need
should
to win.
be. Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
it should be. God dang, dude.
and they play way better on the road than they do at home, which kind of makes me want to bet this game. But dude, I just cannot bet the Falcons, bro. I just can't.
Dude, how crazy is it? Like getting a time machine real quick to like a few weeks ago, like at the beginning of the year, we were talking about the Bucks, the Saints, and the Falcons. like
Yeah,
like the NFC South is stacked, the Panthers stink, but the NFC South is just gonna run the gauntlet, dude. And here we are, and they all just are falling apart. How crazy is that?
yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And Buccaneers injuries, Saints, I don't even have words for, and Falcons,
Injuries,
they
ineptitude.
the Falcons just ain't playing to their talent.
Yeah.
All right, enough about the dog shit Falcons. Seahawks 49ers. I think this is the 4 o'clock game to watch. Seems like it's always a dogfight. But in the same perspective, the Seahawks have been getting absolutely cooked through the air. Geno Smith has not looked great. And the Cardinals are leading this division. This is one of them games where it's must win on both sides. Both these teams need to win. If the Seahawks win, it puts them at 5-5. 49ers at 5-5. And if the Rams win against Patriots, it's 5-5. With the Cardinals sitting next to 4. This division is completely wide open. Completely, it's up for anyone to take. Bro, there's that 6.5 line that I love, bro. I love that 6.5 line, and it's done well. We've always taken the underdog plus 6.5 with the Seahawks, but man, I don't know if I can take it this week. I I'm worried about this game, and I'm worried that if DK's not getting the ball, he's gonna throw fit like he has. The 49ers don't scare me. Seahawks don't scare me. I don't know, man. It's in San Francisco. I think this could be a tight game, just because Brock Purdy hasn't been great. And let's be honest, Tampa Bay, and I don't know if it's just Tampa Bay good juju down there, but Tampa Bay has been in every single game since they lost every receiver on their roster. And like, I mean, Brock Purdy went crazy, 353 for 2 tuds, but they only had 23 points. I just don't know if the Seattle defense can hold up against Christian McCaffrey, Juwan Jennings, Debo Samuel. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? Maybe your perspective on this game can give me a lean if I'm gonna bet it or not.
Well, Uh, so Seahawks are getting DK back, um, which is huge for them. That's Gino's guy. The Seahawks. I mean, we've said it a million times. They ride or die by Geno Smith and the way he plays. But when DK's in, they look like a competitive team. Um, Christian McCaffrey's getting healthy. Got some touches last week. Obviously, they didn't run him into the ground, but he got some touches
They did
last
in the
week.
passing game. Good.
Well, so he's getting some touches. He's getting his, and he's only going to get healthier. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I would take the 6.5 on this game. I don't know if I would bet this game just because I think it can go either way with either team. I think it could be a close game.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Me,
I think it could be a close game.
and that's why I think that the Seahawks plus 6.5 might be the move, just because both these teams, this division's still open. It's not like anyone's of it. I mean, the Cardinals, they're gonna fall off again. It happens every year. Um, but I think a recipe for success for this Seahawks team, even with DK back, bro, Gino's gotta find Jackson Smith and Jigba more. I mean, he had 180 against the Rams.
That game was wild, but yeah, yeah.
I
You
like
can't just forget about him
right. I mean, we're talking
like they
about
always do.
he's a star. Jackson Smith and Jigba is a stud.
Yeah.
And don't forget about my man Tyler Lockett, who somehow always seems to. That dude's an ageless wonder. He's a menace. I love Tyler Lockett, but yeah, I don't know. I agree with everything you're saying. Divisional game. I think I'm gonna wait till kickoff to decide if I'm gonna bet this game or not. I just worry that the Seahawks defense just just isn't there like it has been. All year long it's been abysmal. And I worry that the Rams exploit it. Or the 49ers exploit it. Um the later 4 o'clock game, the game other than Steelers and Baltimore, the game that everyone's talking about, Bills and Chiefs. As much as I would love to watch this game, I just can't bring myself to watch this game. The Bills are in a division that's completely abysmal, and they there's no shot that they don't win the division again. They lost those back-to-back games against the Ravens and the Texans, and ever since then they've been rolling. I mean, they're averaging 30 points a game. I mean, they're beating the hell out of people. And the Chiefs, if they don't block a field goal last week, they get their first loss. And it's in Buffalo. Bro, the Bills are only favored by 1.5 points right now. Patrick Mahomes is an underdog. It has never fared well for anyone. It's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes and the referees. I said it. I said it. It's hard. If a team is going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, I think it's going to be a mistake. It has to be a mistake-free Buffalo Bills team. Josh Allen cannot do dumb shit that he's been getting away with. And he needs to use his legs more, like he did last week. I think the Bills have a real shot. It sucks that Keon Coleman is not going to be in for this game. Kincaid isn't going to be in for this game. But I think there's a shot, man. I really do. I think just with Josh Allen's mobility, and you mentioned it earlier, these games are always wild. I think there's a real chance the Bills win this game outright. And these Bills fans are jumping through tables until eternity because they ended the 9-0 run that the Chiefs are on. We got a matchup. Chiefs are obviously undefeated on the road, and the Bills are undefeated at home. So something's got to give, something's got to break. What is your take with the Bills and the Chiefs?
Oh, there's your storyline right there. Oh, the Bills are undefeated at home, and the Chiefs are undefeated on the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go. Yeah, both offenses, and I mean the Chiefs' defense has played really well. The Bills' defense has played better than expected. They've been rock solid, honestly.
Yeah.
So it really hinges on both quarterbacks. You know, that Josh Allen had a 2 picks last week. Mahomes has been pretty turnover prone from what we're used to seeing uh, throughout his
He's been
career. He's had
terrible.
he's had a pretty up and down year. All year, mostly down, but they're still, pulling out the win. You know what I mean? But as far as who wins this game, it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes, like you said. But I think the Bills might give the Chiefs their first loss. I mean, all year, every week that we've done this, I've kind of been like skeptical. Like I think the Chiefs are gonna. I think the Chiefs will squeak this one out. I think they'll win this one. I don't. So I've never really. It's
Yep.
hard to bet against the Chiefs, but I think this week, this could be the game, man. Man, it's just like you said with Mahomes and the lopsided officiating, we'll call it. It
It's
is,
tough.
man. Like that's something you have to factor it in. You have to factor it in just as much as you have to factor in Travis Kelce and Chris Jones and those star players in the team. Like you have to understand, like, dude, he's if he's running up the sideline, dude, deck him. Who gives a
Yep.
shit? Take the 15 yards. Deck
Love
him.
one.
He does it every damn week. He just runs up the sidelines and nobody touches him, and he gets a big gain, gets first down, gets a touchdown, whatever. Like you cannot allow that to happen. So the Buffalo Bills they need to set the tone early, I think, if they want to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. And if the Bills don't win this game, it's going to be a Merry Christmas because the Chiefs are losing at Pittsburgh December 25th, Christmas Day. Just so you all know, calling
I hope
it.
so.
I mean, it's high hopes, but Pittsburgh plays shitty against the Chiefs. But
We're all
it's just
Bills fans this weekend. That's what
yep,
this boils down to.
yeah.
Everybody's a Bills fan this weekend.
Even though Bills fans are, never mind. Real quick, I'm gonna reset the timer on the phone call. We're almost at that 2-hour mark. We got 2 games to cover, and then close everything out. But let me call you right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I think the Bills have a real shot. I really do. I agree with everything you said. I think the Bills have a real shot. And I'll be watching the ticker across the bottom of the screen because I will not turn this game. I can't. I can't watch the Chiefs, man. I know they're great. They're a dynasty, and they're just on a roll. But bro, let them be great without the help. That's what I'm gonna say. That's where I'm gonna leave this game.
Well, it's like we talked about the Tyson fight, dude. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
these teams, the face of boxing, the face of football, the face of hockey, the face of basketball, whatever, dude. It's like you can't be the best and you can't be the greatest if the game's tilted in your favor. I'm sorry, but let them frickin' play. Let them fight, whatever the scenario is. You can't be the best unless it's straight up.
Yep. I
It
agree.
needs to be straight up.
Agree 100%. Bengals and Chargers night game. I think this is a very underrated game that's going to happen. The Chargers are favored by 1.5. I am going to lean on the Bengals plus the points. I'm going to take the underdog. The Bengals obviously lost a heartbreaker. Week 10, we went over it. We're not getting back into that. mess. Shit should have never been. The Ravens should have won by 7. Case in point, game over. What, sign, seal, and deliver it.
No, but
But
the face mask. Sorry, God.
yeah. I just think that the Bengals have had tough losses. They've been in a lot of games. They really haven't been blown out. Joe Burrow's average, but yeah, man, I just think that Bengals beat the Chargers. I really do. Um, I just don't think the Chargers defense has enough for that Bengals offense because it's been potent. Joe Burrow's been playing really good football. I mean, 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I'll take that any day of the week. I don't know if Jamar Chase has another almost 300-yard game, but I think that the Bengals offense is going to be too high potent for the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to try and control the clock. And let's be honest, man, like the Chargers they've won their last 3 games in dominant fashion ever since that piss poor offensive showing in against the Cardinals. But I don't think the Bengals are going to let the Chargers play their game of running the ball, controlling the clock, and getting the win. I just don't. The Chargers are going to have to put up points against this Bengals team. Any thoughts on this game?
No, that's the exact sentiment I have with it too. Is the Chargers need to match the Bengals for on points, and then the Bengals they're getting healthier. They're getting T. Higgins back, which is a huge boost to their offense. So the Chargers they need to get the most out of Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert needs to go out there and play mistake-free football, and he needs to make plays when they need to be made. He needs to make all the throws that we know that he's capable of making, but the ones that sometimes he just whatever it is, you're just kind of like they just go 3 and out, and it's like what is going on with this
Yeah.
team? Very talented team. Chargers also getting healthy. They're starting to get right. I think it's going to be a really good game, and I'm kind of want to side with you with the with what you said about the Bengals, maybe being just a little too much for the Chargers defense, just
Yeah.
because the weapons,
Yep.
you know. But
That-
I think it's gonna be a
that's the
good
only reason
game.
why that's the only reason why I'm leaning on it is the weapons.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I think the Chargers have the potential to win this game. It's not a foregone conclusion that they're going to lose. But just outside looking in, Bengals may just have a little too much. But they need Joe to play like he played against us. Because after they lost us the first time, Joe fell off a cliff. So he needs to keep building off of what he's got, getting T back, and play his game. So I would love to see the Chargers win personally, but I think the Bengals just a little too much firepower.
I agree. 100%. Monday night game. Unfortunately, this on paper would be a great game. But the Cowboys have been absolute dog shit this year, and now they're without Dak Prescott. I don't have much on this game. The points are a little bit too much for me to like. 7.5 spread. If it was 7, I'd take it. But Texans, I think, win this game. CJ lost a heartbreaker. His defense forced 5 interceptions. He threw some bad interceptions, and they lose in the final seconds against that Detroit Lions team who has been absolutely on a tear. I don't like this game, man. I don't like the spread. Texans should win easily, but CJ Stroud hasn't been absolutely tremendous like he was last year's rookie year. But on the flip side, you have the Dallas Cowboys who've been absolutely abysmal with and without Dak Prescott, and even without, it's even worse. So, for me, it's very easy. Texans win this game. Any thoughts on the Dallas Texans game?
I'm with you. I'm with you across the board, man. On especially with CJ. I mean, Cooper Rush or Trey Lance, combination of both, whatever. I mean, Rico Dowdle, like the Cowboys' offense alone is is terrible. I mean, they're not capable of scoring points anymore. You know, and Dak's not perfect, and Dak isn't like this otherworldly quarterback. You know what I mean? But he at least gives you the opportunity to have an offense to threaten a defense to some extent. Cooper Rush sucks. Trey Lance, dude threw 5 interceptions in a preseason game. You know what I mean? I had to bring it up again too. Like, I mean, the dude threw 5 interceptions in a preseason. Well, he started the whole game. He threw 5 interceptions in a preseason game. I cannot emphasize that enough. Um, but the Cowboys are just they're the season's a wash. The Texans should absolutely beat their ass this game. I can see them trying to hammer the ball with Joe Mixon and establishing the running game. And the Cowboys defense is beat up in its own right. So with CJ, I want to see him get back on track with Nico Collins, who is scheduled to play this week. So they're getting Nico Collins back. Not sure if he's going to be a snap count or if he's going to be, a full go. But I the Texans they're another one of those teams that have just been kind of like an anomaly. Like CJ Stroud has been kind of really up and down all season. He looks like a rookie when last year he looked like a second year pro. So like to see the game slow down for him a little bit. I still think he's ultra talented. I still think he's, a star quarterback, but just need him to play better, limit those turnovers, man, and make the plays he needs to make them. So hopefully with Nico coming back, they'll be able to do
I agree 100%.
that.
Um, what a great podcast, man. Holy shit, that was a good one. Um, Closing thoughts.
um, Yeah, dude, that was a really good podcast, man. Well, man, honestly, I just want to thank them guys for the gifts and stuff. Like I said, I didn't know what the hell they
The
were.
battle, the
Yeah, like
battle.
that was epic, dude. So like just things like that, like Brandon said, we kind of got into this. We would bullshit on the phone about sports for like hours or an hour or whatever, and just shoot the shit about football. And we're like, oh, let's just do like a little podcast thing and have other people kind of come in and tell us their thoughts or whatever, and eventually get some call-ins and stuff like that, and just kind of just talk sports with people. Primarily football, obviously, but just something to something to do, something that's cool for like the bros and the ladies out there that enjoy watching football and stuff like that. So I don't know, just like-minded people, man. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in every week. We appreciate the gifts and appreciate the feedback, and like we say every week, man, if we if we give you guys some bad fantasy picks, man, do not hesitate to hammer us next time we go
Yeah,
live again. So
absolutely. We take
no, we
criticism.
appreciate you
We
guys.
take it. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, hey, we appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Logan and Mason just going absolutely bananas. Final total ended up being 1,862 diamonds sent, which, bro, I don't know what that equates to money wise. We don't ever ask for money. We're never going to ask for money, but we appreciate you. The battle was awesome. Appreciate the conversations back and forth between Maddie, just everyone that just had conversation. It wasn't just, oh, what do you think on this? And then you bounce out of here and you got your and you're out. Like the feedback, the bouncing back and forth, the randomizer, people want to see the randomizer. So I'm glad that actually is picking up some traction, which is cool. People want to see that randomizer. Yeah, bro, we love it. It's fun. The official picks for the weekend. Let's run them. Let's bounce back after last week. Steelers Baltimore under 48.5. We are going Detroit Lions, actually, and I've seen this line as low as 12.5. I just checked a couple other sports books, but I take them up to 14. So we're just going to say 14 for the sake of this video because that's what's on the stream right now. Lions minus 14. We're taking Rams minus 4.5. We're taking the Dolphins minus 7. and I like the Bengals. Actually, it moved. I've seen this line as far as 2.5. Take the Bengals money line. I like the Bengals money line straight up. Bengals winning outright. Um, and that's it. Yeah. So Steelers Ravens under 48.5. Lions minus 14. Rams plus 4.5. Bengals money line. You should be able to get it even or plus money, plus 110, something like that. So stay connected with the picks. There might be some variations like there was last week with the Eagles, and I posted it right before kickoff on Facebook. So make sure you go check the Facebook out, drop a follow there as well. I might bet that Seahawks 49ers game might be a game time decision, kind of like some of the players. But yeah, we are BS Draftcast, and we're Brandon and Steven because all we do is BS about football. We will see you guys